There we go. I was like wondering what the hell's the matter. Just got a test in the background, make sure it's going well. There we go. Nice. I was like wondering what the hell's the matter. And let's run some blurps as well. Just got a test in the background, make sure it's going well. Nice. And let's run some blurps as well. All right, nice. Now I'm recording this, and I'm supposed to be doing the reaction, right? We'll get to it in literally be about a minute. But I want to really try testing some sounds, some fun stuff here on Twitch. So, oh, what? Why is it not logged in? But I want to really try testing some sounds. OBS.blurp. Is there some crappy thing here on Twitch? So, oh, what? Why is it not logged in? Wait, come on. What's going on? Where's my library? Wait, come on. What's going on? Where's my library? For some reason, it's not recognizing my library of stuff. Okay, fine. This is the most important one. Okay, fine. This is the most important one. Fair enough.
Emotional damage.
All right. I don't know how long it's been recording. Probably been about at least a minute or so. Let's see. Let's hover down here. How long's it on? It's just not saying. That's too bad. It doesn't matter. Listen, we're about to do a reaction to Nicholas Light TV reacting to. So there's a reaction to reactionception to Nick reacting to Mob Psycho. I know he's gone. A lot of people are claiming he's doing fake reactions. I don't believe that his reactions are fake. He's been very authentic and genuine about how in the past he just had a girlfriend who, really liked anime. And so even, honestly, it's understandable if you're just a regular person. Anyways, it's impossible for you to not have overheard through other people's conversations, through life in general, through the recommended list, from just general pop culture and knowledge, that you'll pick up on certain shows, characters, and names like that. It's pretty clear, I believe, in his videos that while he has some rudimentary knowledge about the stuff he watches, it's not like he understands the full plot or whatever. And whenever he does demonstrate some knowledge, it's always like, once again, it's clear because it's pretty hard not to know at least a little bit about anime if your girlfriend is a total weeb. So, and I got nothing against you being weeb, so to be honest, because I really like anime. I've never been against people liking what they do like, unless it's really, really crazy, something criminal, right? And that's certainly not criminal. So I think people are really overreacting to Nick stuff. Now that's a separate tangent altogether. I could probably do a video on that if I really wanted to. That's not why we're here today. We're here today because we want to. Well, here's the thing. Here's the deal. All right. And I didn't think this video would take this long. Maybe I'll just separate this video into another one. But yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just make 2 videos. Who cares? Listen, I really enjoy watching shows, and for most of my life, I haven't really had the opportunity to, not due to, well, actually, somewhat, yeah, due to circumstances sort of outside your control, right? I was one of those who had to take on like a different kind of role in the household, in the blood. I was supposed to excel and provide the finances, eventually become a professional, and so on and so forth. So I was very much of a bookworm, and I didn't spend as much time as I would like freeing myself to watch a lot of the shows that I really wanted to watch. And a lot of it is also on part due to me developing behaviors that would inherently limit what I could enjoy. Even though I knew that I really liked a lot of these, things like games, and I did play a lot of games, but certain shows and television and so on and so forth, and I watched quite a lot and I played quite a lot, but I was very specific about my ways. I was very kind of perfectionistic, so that limited me because, for example, I would not allow myself to watch shows online on the computer. I said, I have to be more disciplined in my enjoyment and only watch things on television through, if you guys are from, the early 2000s, the late 90s, growing up. So, you guys probably like, you guys should know like Bionics, right? On every Friday. Or when you were really, really little, there's like Metabots and Power Rangers and Digimon. That was like in the 90s on Fox TV on Saturday mornings, 8 to like something. Friday nights were the best, me and my brother. So there was a lot of shows there on YTV. Bionics was a program on YTV. So this kind of stuff was, it was a lot of fun. And I didn't. A lot of other people would just, shit, we're not gonna wait a week before we watch the next episode. They just go online and watch it. But I would never allow myself to do that. It was in the same way when I played games, like back in the day. I used to play RuneScape. I was a big RuneScape fan thing. It took me a long time to get into things that my other friends were into. I was always the late bloomer when it came to entertainment. I'd be playing games 2 to 3, 4 or 5 years sometimes later than my friends would. So let's say they started MapleStory when they're in grade 5, and that's the thing, it started trending in grade 5. I started Maple was like grade 8, so I'd be like 3 years later, for example. And that would happen a lot, even with social media and technology. So whenever they were on Facebook, I was on MSN, right? And then whenever they were onto like Instagram and shit, only then did I get a Facebook, right? So I was always a little behind because, once again, I was focused on I was trying to be this responsible, like, adult of the household. And this played out into my games as well as it did in my shows like television and anime, right? Not only did I restrict myself from watching shows every single, restricting myself to only watching 1 episode per week as per the TV and program would guide, and sometimes they would reset. Oh, those are horrible. If you guys remember, it was hilarious because every couple months they moved too quickly, and then the authors could not keep up, or they just tried to milk it or something. I have no idea, to be honest, but they would reset. They would just pull back, and let's say you're in episode 45 on a television on Bionics or YTV, and they just reset like the Avatar Last Airbender all the way back to season 1. It'd be so frustrating. And if you're watching like anime like Bleach back in the day and stuff like that, they just reset the thing and they'd be like, oh fuck, yeah, do it all over again, right? And I would actually just wait for them to catch up again, or I would rewatch. That's how kind of limited, that's how limiting I was on myself. So that I would always, that's the whole thing, like about doing your homework, getting a job as soon as you can, that kind of stuff. Before you enjoy the luxuries of life, I was saving the dimes and pennies. That's kind of I think a lot of you guys can relate if you grow up in a household that was very like very low income stricken. You're counting your dimes and nickels. And then there's another sort of way bled into my gaming. So when I was gaming on RuneScape, I would always play as a free player in a way that was very restrictive. And so actually I've probably had like 15 plus 18 years, that it's like 18 years since RuneScape. I started RuneScape, and for the 15 years I've been playing, all of it was free. I would never join membership, and whenever I was free, I would still limit myself to only exploring the free world. Even when some of the membership content was converted to free player content, I would not allow myself to do that, to explore it, because I said, hey, that's members only. And then it took me 2 or 3 years later before I would finally cave in. So this really highlights something that I want to define, because it kind of relates into what I'm doing here. I didn't think that I was going to make a video on this. It just kind of came out spontaneously. But needless to say, what I'm doing is essentially going back in time and reacting to a lot of the stuff, watching a lot of the stuff that I wanted to watch back in the day. The way that I guess an unrestricted person would. Like say I knew my brother would just do that. You just go, I want to watch it, so he might binge out like 10 episodes in like 3 days or something like that if it was online, and like that's normal, right? That's actually normal behavior. And before I was like, I won't do that, and a lot of people would, and I was very limiting and restricting of myself. Won't dive into too much as to why that is. I think that's more for a different topic altogether, a different video it would be, right? A different, maybe even different channel, right? This is largely a reaction thing that I want to get out, and reaction related note. So what am I doing specifically when I react is I'm just watching the shows with other people. I find it really kind of somewhat, it's not pointless, but it's not as good to sit here obviously and just in front of the computer in your room watch Dragon Ball Z or Bleach or whatever. We got jobs now where we got responsibilities, volunteering. I just did income tax returns, right? It's that time of the year. I'm seeking organizations, going through therapy. There's all sorts of many different things going on. You got housing, you got relationships, you got friends. You've really got to, I think, maximize the amount of value you extract out of your hobbies. And what I'm trying to do here is, I do want to go, and I see all these reactors doing that, right? And usually right by now, the reactors are couples, right? Or they're friend groups. There's like 2 or 3 guys together, or girls together, or their husband and wife, or fiance, or girlfriend, boyfriend, right? But they would do it together, right? Because, it's just better than, I'm not saying that there aren't reactors still who do it themselves, right? Like, for sure there are, but the point is there's a much more companionship type feel. It's like you're watching it with other people, and who doesn't like that more than just sitting there and watching it themselves? I know that I do have a tendency to enjoy doing things solo. Once again, this goes back to, it's just everyone's got their own upbringing. My upbringing was a lot more solitary. If you're taking on responsibilities and focus less on entertainment. But that doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy the company when it did come my way. And certainly now that I'm a more healthier person in general, I can definitely respect, and I just openly am being honest. Yeah, I would love to watch these shows even the new shows, and that's what we're gonna get into. These are not necessarily new shows. They're probably released like 3-4 years now. We're thinking like newer animes like One Punch Man, Attack on Titan. Oh, that's like 10 years. I can't believe that. But it shows how out of date I am. If it wasn't for my brother, God bless him. So I have a lot of thankfulness to give to my brother, my younger brother, who's like way younger than I am. I'm not gonna give any specifics, but needless to say, he's introduced me to so many amazing anime. If it wasn't for him, I would be such a dunderhead. I'd still be, I'd be like the mainstream Naruto kind of stuff, and I still wouldn't have caught up with that. To be fair, guys, let me be absolutely clear. I have not watched all of it, Naruto or Bleach or One Piece, the big three. I have not continued, right? You can see that's why I really want to do that, because again, I was so focused on getting a job and making money and going to school and being that really boring bookworm for a lot of my life, and trying to do adulting, right? So it's only recently that after going through a bunch of recovery type sessions with certain organizations that I've decided, look, I can actually take action on this kind of stuff. And, when you participate in hobbies, you actually heal. A part of you recovers. Your soul recovers. It's getting a little bit symbolic here. And I always wanted to watch anime, needs to say. So that's kind of where we're going at here. That's why we're doing the reactions, because it includes other people. I found that I don't really want to watch. It's not that I don't want to, but it's not valuable enough to prioritize watching something, just watching an anime by myself. Just like I wouldn't watch a movie or a television show. Even Breaking Bad, I love that, but I can't say that I didn't spend time watching Breaking Bad by myself. It was always through like a reaction channel or with another person. Breaking Bad, of course, back then though, I only watched like clips, right? So that's the funny thing, right? It's like it wasn't even valuable enough, and I love that show so much, but I didn't even watch it unless it was in short form clips, because I was focused on other real life priorities. Very long-winded video. TLDR, what is it? If I could break it down in about like 30 seconds. Reaction videos, reaction channel type videos where I'm reacting to reactors watching a show. Why? Because yes, I want to revisit the shows. Like right now, we're going to be watching Mob Psycho with Nicholas Light. But secondly, because it's just better to watch it with someone else. That just it gives you more fulfillment, it's more satisfying. The way I have my jaw down right now, like this, it's like I am the danger. Hi, Simber. So, needless to say, it's definitely better to just watch with somebody else. And you're like, oh, watch with your own friends? No. If I just told you guys I'm going through like recovery periods right now, I don't have to tell you that basically I'm not going to be able to react with other people. Sounds kind of sad, but it's really not that sad. Again, we're adults now. It's very hard to make friends with people and just sit down and do something like this. Everyone's raising their kids, raising their families, or focused on themselves and their career, their own business. I know because I'm doing the same thing. So here it is, right? We're not going to coordinate with other people. We're literally just going to sit here and react what we can online. And this is one of the benefits, you could say. A lot of people shit on the internet nowadays, and I've done my fair share of shitting on the internet myself, but one of the great things about the internet is that you can connect through other people, even if it's just a very superficial way. I know there's that premonition warning from Dr. Alo Kanojo or Healthy Gamer GG, and other people as well about parasocial relationships. I hope that most people by this time in 2023 don't engage in parasocial relationships, but have a healthy mindset when engaging with their favorite creators online, right? And so I don't see any problem as long as you're responsible on how you treat the people who engage in this form of media. And that's basically all I'm going to do. I'm just going to react. I'm going to watch the shows with people I like watching them watch shows of, and that's it. Anyways, that's a pretty long-winded video. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm going to just kind of close this now, and say, well, I don't know if I'll close it. I think that kind of summarizes everything. I will say that there are some links in the bottom of my descriptions always. So if you want to follow, my social's pretty dead, right? Social media. I'm not really on like things like Twitter or Twitch that often, except to run the live stream, which runs like 24 hours a day, as much as I can. Sometimes only 18 hours because I leave the house, right? I go out every single day, obviously for like work, volunteering, networking related purposes, just to commute. Sometimes just go for a walk or whatever. And then after a walk, I would still go and stay outside and do something else, right? So obviously the stream sometimes dies midway through, and then there's like several hours of downtime. But some things, some administrative stuff, I guess there's a video for administrative stuff. There will be a live stream running pretty much every single day for the majority of the day, barring again downtime, covering like 4 sections of the day typically that I find. It's not 4 sections of the day that I use, that I personally organize the day into. It's 4 sections by live stream content friendly standards. So in other words, it would be convenient if I ran the live stream while I was sleeping and called that like ASMR, because that's kind of what it is, because then I just play music in the backdrop. And that's what happens for about 25%. And then the other 25%, it's like, when I'm outdoors, I run a security footage because I'm still somewhat in a abusive environment. And I really kind of hesitate on using that word because it's been highly politicized nowadays. It's like I don't want it to be a sob story, and the reaction is always very polarized when you use that word, that ABUSE word. It tends to be like victim blaming or victim mentality. It's always someone on like the far right, like saying, "Oh, you sissy ninny snowflake," or someone on the far left going, "Oh, you poor thing, I can relate to that," and then they go into this 3rd-hour spiel where they redirect all the attention on themselves. So it's like the SJWs or the rednecks. Long story short, that's why I avoid using that word. But I run the security footage, long story short, because it's not really a good environment. And that's 25% of the stream, honestly, guys. Like 25% of the stream, maybe 40%. I spend like anywhere to like 8 to 12 hours outdoors, sometimes more than that. So sometimes half the stream is literally just security footage, watching the door, making sure that nobody enters the room without my consent or knowledge while I'm away. And then, oh wow, that was heavy. What a heavy introduction. Don't worry, this is only like 10% of the video. And then the other, so there's like a sleep ASMR portion, that's like a quarter. There's like a 40%, 2/3 is like a security footage. And then there's this active portion where I do fitness, and I call that the stoic self-improvement portion. So if you catch me there, doing like dips and like lunges and some very rudimentary calisthenics with some stretchy cords, resistant bands, and calisthenics, very, very light weights, so light weightlifting, very, very light weightlifting and stuff like that. And then finally, of course, there's this kind of section, which is usually only about 10 to 15% of the live stream, but the live stream runs every single day, right? There's a portion of 2 to 3 hours of the day where I am working on the live stream, on the project, this project here. And it is very much entertainment and socially oriented. Like by social, I don't mean like social movement. Like I don't mean that. I mean social, like social interaction, right? You're talking with other people and stuff like that, or you're watching something with other people. And so there's that. And by the way, the self-improvement one, the stoic self-improvement portion, It's slightly longer. It's just about like I think 20% of everyday stream, and it doesn't just involve fitness. It involves like martial arts and combat. Again, there's you can break down fitness into resistance training and so on and so forth. Stretching, ballistic stretching, static stretching. That's a reference to Dr. Andrew Huberman. Thank you very much for that. But there's also other things aside from fitness. I could be eating some snacks while also working on my Excel spreadsheets, like keeping track of records. Might be sending some messages at night over to my friends, because I usually don't respond unless it's within a pre-designated time of the day, which is my bad, honestly. I have a lot of messages I need to get back to, a lot of emails to send, even to like counselors and my accountant and organizations and coordinators and job applications and whatever. I just have not been keeping up, but that's the kind of stuff that would happen even during the Stoic self-improvement type portion of the stream. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, which if I would be heavily surprised if anybody were actually watching at this point, this is going to be like a 15-minute introductory video, which is ridiculous. Should be cut down to about 90 seconds at most. Instant gratification nowadays. It should be less than 90 seconds, to be honest. 90 seconds is like the 2010 era. Now it should be like a 15-second intro. I'm not doing a great job of that. But yeah, I'm just running with my thoughts right now, and I didn't think I was gonna go with this, but that's basically what the reactions are gonna be like. It's me sitting down watching with Nicholas Light TV, me watching with Rice and Ginger. That's the name of the channel. They're reacting to, I believe right now, to like Naruto. I'm pretty sure they'll be reacting to the final part of the final season of Attack on Titan. And then right now the gang I really want to watch with. Oh, also autosave. I really like autosave. Ben, and this is a lot of shout outs, right? Ben and I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. Is it like Sarah? Yeah, Ben and Sarah. I love your like 2-hour analytical type. I still haven't watched those either, right? You can tell. Again, I don't watch anime. I don't watch shows. I don't even watch movies now, unless it's with somebody else. Because there's just not enough value to justify doing it anymore. Otherwise, I'll be working. I'll send an email. I'll be reaching out to. I'll doing other stuff. I'll just be cooking. I could be eating. But I won't be watching something on my own. And so the newest, I think, reactors on the platform who I really want to reach out, I really want to watch with, are the gang of the boys, Studio Gek, and they're blowing up. So I'm definitely hopping on the bandwagon. I'm going to watch with them. And while we're doing that, we're going to also have this project running, and we're going to be watching. So if you guys ever want to watch with me, feel free to do that. If you ever guys want to pop by and leave a comment on the stream for whatever reason, it can be while I'm sleeping on the ASMR. You can listen to some retro music. There's always retro music blasting in my live stream from old games and stuff, whatever isn't copyrighted or is copyright but for some reason allowed. Right. Maybe it's like considered general public at this point because these games are so mainstream, or they once were in like the 2005 era that I grew up. So yeah, feel free to drop by and leave a comment and participate in the chat. Otherwise, you can, instead of the live stream, which is live stream, it's multi-streamed on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You can go to whichever live stream you want. You can go to the medium on Facebook. If you're Korean, there's a platform, I believe, Africa TV. So, 안녕하세요. I don't speak Korean, but if you want, you can go there ahead and leave your Korean comments. I'll translate everything over. So, the only thing I know how to say is 안녕하세요. So, hi. And then if you want to watch the live streams on YouTube or Twitch, that's fine too. Now, of course, for the most part, I think the thing that will garner the most traction and be getting more attention than anything else will most likely be the videos, because videos on YouTube obviously are the greatest discovery asset to any sort of multimedia project, which is what my project is. It's a multimedia project. So in that case, you can leave your comments and watch along with me through the reaction videos, the reaction videos. And if you ever really want to, you could do this crazy Inception thing. And I saw Mr. Beast do something crazy like this. He's like a reaction to a reaction to a reaction to a reaction to a reaction and blah blah blah. So it's kind of funny. If you want, you can definitely post reaction videos discussing your thoughts. But otherwise, to me, so it'd be like a triple overreaction Inception type thing. But otherwise, you can just leave a post or comment, and I would be happy to just discuss the content with you guys. All right, without further ado, this is the introduction. This is crazy. It's like a 20-minute introduction. That's crazy. No one's gonna watch this. This is so dumb. But this is my alias. So Rychev Jirovsky. Let's just call it Roy. Okay, keep it simple. You can say Roy or Rao. Either one is fine. This is Roy signing out, and we're going to dive right into the reaction of, I believe, episode 2x6 and 2x7, season 2, episode 6, episode 7. Why am I doing that? That's like watching Hamlet, Shakespeare plays Act 1, Scene 2 kind of thing. No. So season 2, episodes 6 and 7, Nicholas Lights TV, we'll be reacting to that, and hopefully tomorrow we can punch out a reaction with Studio Gak. Maybe today if we have the time. So with that being said, this is peace out, and I'm going to stop recording right here. So